Hello and welcome to my channel, the Solar Scribe. I've got a couple of messages for you before I get into the Archangel and Ascended Master cards. I was asked to show you this. This is from The Good Tarot by Colette Baron Reid. I haven't got the book because I don't use it. But this card came out and I was asked to show you this before I went into the main reading. You will get information from that card and a download and keys and codes from the number 1. That's all I was asked to say about that. I did just notice how beautiful his eyes are though. Very wise. Okay, and the second thing was that I tried to light, because I have another one of these, and I tried to light the other one about 3 or 4 times and I couldn't light it, and it was very strange. And Spirit said to me that's what the number 1 is about. It's about us standing into our magic and our sovereignty and our power and going within as the power of one and bringing out our gifts as star seeds. We don't need anything else. We don't need anybody else. We want to have collaborations, but we don't need them. We are very, very powerful. And if you look at his eyes, that's what he's saying. There's so much power and wisdom in those eyes. So we only have one candle today, which is fine. So I'm going to pull Archangel cards first, which these are the ones I'm using. Sorry, this is my Eli, the dragon on the nose. Oh gosh, that's coming out. One sec. Oh. I always get jumpy cards that end up falling on the floor. Okay, so Lord Shiva, Transcendence. Again, I've been feeling the last couple of days the energies are very, very topsy-turvy. I'm going to take the Magician and I'm just going to put him, move these out of the way, I'm going to put him there for the time being. Okay. And so we've got Hope. Okay, one more. Right, I've got, yeah, I'm going to go with that one because I'm going to bring Lady Kuan Yew out because she's here. Goodness, that's a bit precarious today. Lady Kuan Yew, Care and Compassion, she's here. But I'm feeling like she's here just as an energy. She's not here to give any specific message, which is fine, but she's saying she's holding space for everybody, for care and compassion, and spreading the divine feminine pink love and light onto the planet, which is the colour that she's got around her, which is beautiful, and bringing in the pink of the divine feminine for. And I said again about the 13th of February, there's something going on. There's some very big energy coming in that is just tied in with Valentine's Day, but not as we know it. It's a Valentine energy, which I feel is building up now. I've really felt it the last couple of days. So I'm going to go with Hope first of all. As I said, the last 2 or 3 days I have been struggling a bit. I'm being perfectly honest. I've kind of feel like I've lost my way a bit in terms of my path and what my soul wants to do, what my physical body wants to do, what my ego's saying. It's been a bit difficult to navigate these last couple of days. So I haven't done a reading for 3 days because I don't do readings if I'm kind of all over the place. because I just feel that it doesn't benefit the collective. But I do feel it's good to be honest as starseeds when we are losing our perspective, because it helps others of us along the way. Okay. Right. Yeah. So Hope is saying, hope springs eternal, which gives me a nod to March. When we come out of the other side of this Valentine energy, which is the middle of February. And I know that time isn't linear, everything happens all at once, but I think as starseeds sometimes we just like to have that little bit of reassurance in terms of our time, as in January, February, March and so on, that things are shifting and changing for the better. And that's why this solar yellow gold energy, she's showing us that the brighter dawn, the new dawn. I was hearing all last week the dawning of a new day, and there's something about this dawn. And I know Amanda Ellis mentioned on her last video, she's on YouTube, and she said something about sitting in the first dawn of light, that it's very soothing for our eyes. So that could be something that you want to do. But there's definitely the dawning of a new age and dawning of a new day, which will give comfort to some starseeds that are having a particularly challenging, is the word I want to use, challenging time at the minute. Okay, so right, okay, so Lord Shiva wants to talk about the, believe it or not, Brexit, which is very strange, because ascending masters don't usually get caught up in the mundane of our world, and they would see Brexit as being quite a mundane kind of energy in terms of the policies and procedures, not the people that are involved in it. So he wants to talk about Brexit on the 31st because he's saying that's where we're rising up and dance with the universe. Steps are being given. Now, he's not talking about whether Brexit is right or wrong. What he's talking about is the energy of this shift that we are all going through, especially in the UK and to some extent America as well, that I know of. And I know a lot of countries are having floods and fires and all different things. But what he's saying is there is a turning of the wheel, is what I'm being shown. This wheel is turning at the back of him. And because he's got 2 bracelets on each arm, that's an indication of 2020. So the 2 and the 2. And that's the 0. And he's saying 2020 is a very pivotal point for us now. And he's also giving a nod to the moon, which I know I noticed the moon last night was in waning, so it was a new moon, I think, has just gone, and the full moon is on the 8th, I think, of February. And he's basically saying this is the 2020 pivotal turning point. He's also given me a 6, which is creativity. And he's saying all of this energy on Friday will be, although there are some people that are quite sad about the fact that we're leaving, and some people are very happy that we're leaving. And what he's saying is basically a vegetable stew. There's a stew pot of energy there on Friday. But the overriding energy will be of joy. And that's what we need at this time. There is a distinct lack of joy around starseeds and light workers. He's saying not everybody. Some of you might be feeling great, which is fantastic. But I myself, and it's all subjective because we're all going through different portals, different timelines, different experiences to get to where we need to be. So now he's showing me 2022, which is quite a way off, I know, because it's a couple of years, but I've got the 222 here. And he's saying this wheel is going to turn for a couple of years, and as starseeds and light workers, we need to come together and support each other. And I know this week I've been I've been a Patreon of a starseed that I've admired her work for a long time, her artwork, Leora. You can find her on Instagram and YouTube and Facebook, and she does this most amazing artwork, and I've ordered some of it, and when I get it I'm going to show it on camera, because it really is, I've resonated so much with it this week. And I've known about her artwork before, but I've never really kind of delved into it much, but I really felt called to support her work this week. So I'm now a Patreon of her artwork and her videos and her messages that she brings through. And I'm also supporting her by buying some of her artwork. So it's what we can all do for each other in these times to make it less challenging, is what Lord Shiva is saying. Radha is soul flame. I'm just being told, and I do need to look this up because I'm not 100% sure, but I think these two are twin flames. Just let me double check. Oh, I've opened it at the page. Okay, known as the Destroyer. Okay, sorry, I'm just trying to read. And so he's saying you're moving through a deep transition and things will be clearer from this point. You will know exactly what you need to do and where you need to be. This is a powerful time, as you will transcend the limitations that others have set for you. This is a time for soul gazing, soul travelling and soul revealing. Shiva, the Lord of the dance, is here with his sacred sound of Om to lead the way. So it might be that you want to voice through the throat chakra the sound of Om. Oh no, right, Radha is the twin flame of Krishna. Yeah, I thought that the energy didn't seem quite right for these two. But yeah, so Radha's bringing in the soul flame. And again, that is, she's saying around Valentine's Day, what this energy is about. It isn't just for twin flames, physically, as in two people getting together, whether that's male, male, female, female. I'm not talking about the gender. But what she is saying, that for people that haven't got a partner or don't want a partner, this soul flame is about reconciling the divine masculine and feminine within yourself, because we've all got divine masculine and feminine within ourselves, and there is a resurgence of very high plasma energy that is balancing out this male and female counterparts within ourselves. So she's saying celebrate with yourself. If you're not with anybody and you feel like you want to celebrate on the 13th, 14th of February, and she's telling me it's going right through to the 17th, this energy, then get out and about and do something different. Perhaps, go somewhere that you wouldn't normally go, or do something you wouldn't normally do, just to have that experience of bringing in that fresh new energy. Sorry, Kuan Yew wants to get in on the act here. So Lady Kuan Yew is saying choose to be love. So she's saying the same thing. Bring that divine masculine and feminine within yourself. So although these two are depicted as female energies, what she's saying is that they both have these flowers that are in bloom, and the divine masculine, oh right, okay, so they want him to be in the middle now. So the divine masculine is here. The divine masculine is here, so the 1 and the 1 makes the 3, and I've talked about this before. The divine masculine and the divine feminine create an alchemy of energy which creates the soul flame. Okay, that creates the flame. So Hope is saying she is the flame. She's the igniter. She's the colour of the flame, the orange and the yellow. So that's beautiful. Beautiful message. And the Magician is saying, and I am the magic. Romance is magical. Romance with yourself is magical. The reason why this energy has been orchestrated to come in at that time is because whether or not people are consciously celebrating St. Valentine, there is an energy on the planet of this is Valentine's Day, this is what we do. And looking more at romance is what Kuan Yew's saying, Lady Kuan Yew's saying. Care, compassion and romance. Okay, beautiful. Right, I'm just going to pull an angel card. Maybe, definitely one, maybe two. That's what I'm using. Another one might want to come out. Yeah, they're together. Right, okay. So we've got Hanael for courage. I'm going to put him on that side. And we've got Jophiel for forgiveness. Okay, so this energy that's coming in of the Valentine energy, Jophiel is saying it would be, and Jophiel is considered to be a female energy of Archangel, from what I'm feeling. So that's where Lady Kuan Yew's coming in with the divine compassion as well, with working with Jophiel. And Jophiel is saying, forgive the hurts of the past with care and compassion. Be compassionate with yourself. Forgiveness on the planet is very, very rampant at the minute. I've been getting that message for about 3 days now. So have the courage to step through to the forgiveness. And we all know that's not easy. But what Jophiel is saying is, if you have the courage to do that, her energy and light, which is here, is coming through to help you. So call on Jophiel to help you with this forgiveness energy. I would say that, and I'm going out on a limb here, but I would say most light workers and starseeds have had a pretty rough time on this planet. Mostly childhood stuff. It can be bullying. It can be choices that we've made with relationships because we are so empathic, compassionate and caring. So Lady Kuan Yew's saying we need to let all of that go now, because that baggage, we cannot take it with us. We need to leave it at St. Valentine's door. So when this plasma energy comes in, Hope is saying, look, hope is coming through. Jophiel is bringing the hope through with the forgiveness. Once we forgive, and again, it took me a long time to get my head around, and I'm saying head specifically because I wasn't coming through the heart. Forgiveness is a very difficult one, I think, in terms sometimes because most starseeds have had some very, very rough experiences, as I've said, and I think sometimes we just think our head's just saying there's no way that we will ever forgive that person for the heinous crimes they've committed against us. But Lady Kuan Yew is saying if we take it through the heart, we see the energy in a different way. And we can possibly see that person as they were acting from their point of view, from their unconsciousness of what they knew at that time. So she's saying if you feel guided, and remember, nobody has to do anything they don't want to do, but if you feel guided and you don't want to take this baggage with you, leave it at St. Valentine's door. Now I'm wanting a visualization for St. Valentine. And Rumi's saying there is pull one of these cards, because there's something in. So we've got Blood Angel number 7. Right, yeah, I get it. So 7 is a spiritual number. It's the number of spirit and supposedly God. Whether that's prime creator, light source, whatever you want to call it. So very interestingly, I've been asked to read a passage from Rumi today, which I don't normally do. I normally just go off the card, but I just want to point out the colours. So we've got Kuan Yew at the bottom. We've got courage here. We've got Jophiel here. And they're all working together. This is the Blood Angel. They are all working together. So Jophiel's saying, look, if you have the courage, I'm coming through. And if you carry on with that courage, it's a complete breakthrough. You will come through that energy. Okay, so I'm just going to read, I've been asked to read some of this. Number 7. Oh, right, okay, sorry, yeah. So these are the cards that I'm using. They're absolutely beautiful cards. Alright, I'm just checking with Spirit which bit they want me to read. Sorry. Right, they're asking me just to read the beginning bit, which is the Blood Angel, which is that bit. Okay. In the midst of the darkness, a moon appeared with its brilliance. Stepping down from the clouds, it glanced at me. Like a falcon that hunts a bird and steals it away, it captured me and flew back to infinite space. As I looked for myself, I could not find me, for my body had become all soul in the tenderness of love. The 9 spheres of heaven dissolved in that moon, as the ship of my existence drowned in the sea of love. Okay, so they've also given us the number 9 there, which is the end of a cycle. And that's what Hanael and Jophiel is saying. This is the end of a cycle. This is the 7, which is a spiritual aspect, the new beginning. And Jophiel will call upon Jophiel to help you with the forgiveness of that. So that is really beautiful. Right, I'm going to call in Archangel Metatron now and ask for a card that is relevant to what we've just said. And again, that one's gone on the floor. And we've got Madonna and Mothering, number 11, the colour of the blue ray. Okay, so anyone that's familiar with starseed energy, there are blue rays as well, which are starseeds of the first wave. If anybody's familiar with Dolores Cannon's work, she talks about the volunteers, the first, second and third wavers, and the blue rays were the first wavers. From my understanding, from my personal perspective, I identify with the energy of blue ray. I don't say I'm a blue ray because that limits me from other things, but I identify with the energy of the blue ray. And so this is Mother Mary coming in and saying that she will envelop you in her beautiful blue cloak of healing as you are going through this forgiveness process, as will Lady Kuan Yew envelop you in her pink cloak as well. So Mother Mary is saying just call on her and she will assist you. So that's very beautiful. And then lastly, I was asked to give a crystal for everyone to use. Okay, so we've got black tourmaline, which is protection. Now black tourmaline is a very inexpensive crystal. You'll be able to buy it virtually anywhere for, you know, maybe £1, £1.50 in English money. Yeah, Black Tourmaline is saying protect yourself as you're going through this process of forgiveness. I'm doing it through dream state, most of it at the minute. And you know, I've spent a lot of years on this planet and I've had some pretty rough times. And the people that I need to forgive the most are the ones that, some are in spirit, some are still on the earth plane. But I'm really trying to, no, Spirit is saying not trying. You are integrating that energy of forgiveness within your energy field. As best I can. Yeah, we're doing the best we can with the tools we've got for the very challenging mission that we agreed to take on. Is what I'm hearing. Okay, so I hope that's been useful for everybody, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye.